continue now with reaction to President Ramaphosa's address this evening. DA leader John Steenhuisen joins me now. Good evening and thanks very much for joining us. So Nelson Mandela Bay has been declared a hotspot. It's got particular restrictions, but we were all very worried about the Garden Route also being declared a hotspot. As leader of the party that governs the Western Cape, do you feel that the Nelson Mandela Bay, rather the Garden Route area, is off the hook now, and how do you think it escaped being declared a hotspot?
Well, Sally, I think it's very clear that although there has been a spike in the Garden Route, what the Premier and the rest of the team and the provincial government have been able to do is show that there is hospital capacity to deal with that. There are resources available to manage the spike. And the same obviously cannot be said of Nelson Mandela Bay, where there's obviously a shortage now of beds, where lack of oxygen, PPE, and the like, and medical personnel, it's translated into a perfect crisis. So I think that the situation, the Garden Route, remains manageable. Obviously, the warnings by the President this evening need to be heeded by all parts of the country, particularly as we go into the festive season, around large gatherings and around letting the guard down, particularly given the fact that the virus is going to remain with us for a significant period of time yet, and until there's an immunity that develops or we are able to roll out the vaccine on a widespread level.
The DA has been very outspoken that another lockdown is not the way to go, and that even towards the end of our lockdowns you felt it should have been lifted a lot earlier. Do you feel that you're on the same page with the Coronavirus Command Council, Cabinet and the President at this point now?
Well, I think the fact that the President didn't lock down large parts of the country again, or return us to a different level of lockdown, I think is an indication that clearly there is damage that is done by lockdowns, particularly in developing economies like our own. And I think that many businesses, particularly in the hospitality and tourism industry around the country, are literally hanging on by their fingernails. Their survival otherwise is going to depend on this particular holiday season and whether it is able to be successful for them or not.
Much for chatting to us this evening. That's a leader of the Democratic Alliance, John Steenhuisen. Stay with us. We've got plenty more people to speak to about the President's address and the news that Nelson Mandela Bay is going to be subjected to specific restrictions to